Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another week where we are celebrating Foster Care Awareness Month. And to do that, what we have been doing is interviewing some people from our church that are involved in foster care in some way, shape, or form, some organization that's connected to that. So today I have the privilege, and I am grateful to interview my friend named Deborah, not Deborah, which is what I call her. I'm going to try to be professional here. So tell us who you are and how are you connected to this thing called foster care?
Yeah, so I'm Deborah Delcamp. I've been attending River's Edge for a couple years now, and I currently work at Community Mental Health Authority of Clinton, Eaton, and Ingam County. Long name.
Yeah.
Yep. And I am the clinical coordinator for our treatment foster care program. And I've been doing that for about 2.5 years. I've been helping get the program up and running. We're a pilot site in Michigan. But I've been in foster care for 15 years.
Wow.
So.
Up until then, what have you done? Just out of curiosity.
Before that?
Yeah, in foster care.
So I'm a mental health therapist, so I've been a therapist with foster kids, and I did a little bit of foster care case management. Shout out to those people.
Okay, so each week we've kind of had a specific part of the foster care world that we've talked about. So tell us, what you do isn't necessarily technically foster care,
Right.
but you'll explain it better. So kind of tell us what specifically you do and how you work in that.
Yeah, so I guess you could categorize us in a foster care realm as like a preventative service. So we want to serve families in the community that are struggling with their children's behaviors, and they either don't know how to respond or just need help learning how to respond to be able to manage them at home. So we want to prevent CPS removals for kids coming into foster care. We want to prevent adoptions from disrupting. So those kids that were in foster care and then adopted, but because of the past trauma or things that had happened in their lives, they're really struggling behaviorally. Or even biological children that are at home that are at risk of needing residential treatment. So we are able to provide a mental health treatment that does include the child living with what we call treatment home. So they are licensed foster homes, which is similar to what a traditional foster parent would do. But these homes actually help us provide treatment. So they're contract providers, they're paid for their service, but they are housing the kids in their just everyday home, not a special residential home, and helping us provide that treatment for 6 to 9 months.
Okay, so that's the normal time frame. The
Yes.
goal is a 6 to 9 month period.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool, that concept, and we were talking a little off camera about, like, your goal is to almost keep people from getting into the foster care system, to help them that are dealing with some behavioral issues, to say, hey, we can help you so that it doesn't get to that point. Which the foster care system is important and it's good and we need it, but it's I'll use these words, I think it's okay, it can be difficult and messy and full of a lot of drama, and you get the state involved, and it's just gonna be hard. So if you can help them not get to that point, that's a really cool thing. Yeah, I love that. So it's a really cool thing. I didn't know anything about that until we met you. I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing that was happening. So a really cool concept. As I've said kind of each time I've talked in these videos, my ultimate goal and the church's ultimate goal in doing this is to talk about this question. I believe we are called, commanded, not just suggested to, as followers of Jesus, if you're listening, to be involved with widows and orphans in some way, shape, or form. Specifically, I do think foster care. But I don't think everyone is called to the exact same. Everyone's called to be a licensed foster care home. So what are some ways that our church could be involved specifically with your organization?
Yeah, obviously, as Krista said last week, everybody needs foster homes, what we call treatment homes. If you're at all interested, I really, I just suggest that you come talk to me in the lobby. I think Krista would maybe be someone good to talk to as well in terms of what's the difference, what would be a better fit for your family. I think that there are some pretty significant differences that, in terms of our programs that one might fit better than the other. We have clinicians that meet with our kids every week, and there's one position in particular that we're always looking for, and that's for someone really just qualifications as high school diploma. So someone that wants to just pick up kids and go have fun in the community. And that job it's like as many hours as you want, up to 19, as little as you want. And so if you're interested in that, please come talk to me as well. That's a really, really fun position. I also just, Krista mentioned this too, just prayer. But I think that, Chase, you said something that really struck me last week about, everybody has a connection to a foster family. And whether that be someone right here, or someone else in your life, and maybe it's not even someone that you're close to, I think reaching out and really helping make a connection for that person is more important than I think people realize. And that could be offering to bring a meal. It could be offering to buy clothes. Some of these kids come into care with nothing at all. And there is no time for a baby shower. And so, offering tangible things, but I think even offering your time, whether that be babysitting or maybe you mow their lawn, or I won't do that for you, but, or like I said, just prayer. I think that really offering up your time and energy for people who are taking care of orphans is really important.
I think that's really good. And I think that that's super important, that just letting them know you're there. And because you may be like, hey, I'm so grateful that you have answered that call and you feel called to foster care. I'm not there yet, but I want to help you. I want to support you, because I do think that what you're doing, is a cool God thing. And how can I help you in any way? And I think there's lots of ways to get creative. Call them up and say, how are you doing? Even just asking that question is like, this is good. We're okay. We're surviving today. So I think that's good. All right, last question. 30 seconds on the clock. If you had 30 seconds to say whatever else you want to say about anything to do with foster care or your specific organization, what would you want them to know?
Well, I think, you actually struck something when you had said you had never really heard of this before. You didn't know it was out there. And I think that's really true for a lot of people in our community. So another way that you could help us get the word out there that we even exist is if you have any connections. My recruiter, Renee, is here in the lobby as well today, and she would love to meet you and maybe go talk at a Rotary Club, or if you're involved at your school, whatever it is that she could even just get the word out there, that would be great.
Yes, let people know that there is an organization that can help you if you're struggling with some of this stuff. And so I love that. That's really cool. Thank you so much, Deborah, for joining us here today. Thank you guys for listening. Again, Foster Care Awareness Month. Make a step, take a step, think about what God might have you do to make an impact in the lives of people. See you guys.